Hey guys, welcome to the 11th episode of my road to 2000 FIDE. In this series, I will cover the games that I play in the KNSB and RSB, the Dutch and the Rotterdam Chess Federations. These games are classical games over the board, and they are, I think, 1 hour and 30 minutes per player and 30 seconds for each move, of course, 30 seconds increment. And after 40 moves, you get 40 extra, or after 30 moves, you get 40 extra minutes, I believe. Or after 40 moves, you get 30 extra minutes. I think that's the one. So, yeah, okay, so let's just dive right in. Of course, this game was played in the KNSB, and the KNSB is the Dutch Chess Federation. And these games count towards a FIDE rating. And yeah, this game I played last Saturday at the moment of recording this, and yeah, it was a game which is a line that I played 2 times earlier this season, and both of those games I've lost. So maybe it shouldn't be the sign, but you know, who knows. So yeah, okay, this game was a nice game, not gonna lie. Let's dive right in. I was playing with the black pieces here, of course. The numbers behind our names, by the way, are FIDE IDs. So if you would like to find the profile of the player that I played here, you can do so by looking up the FIDE ID. This guy was rated about 1920 or something, so a little bit higher rated than I am. I'm rated about 1860 or something, so he was a little bit higher rated. It would have been a nice, or at least it is a nice test for me, of course, and it was a nice test. Because if you want to get to 2000 FIDE, you should be able to beat 1920s, so, you know. Okay, so it started off with the Caro-Kann, of course, and a very familiar line up until this point. There are multiple ways to play this. If you take, there's the exchange variation. If you play something like, I don't know, what else are you going to be able to play here? A lot of things, doesn't really matter. I mean, at this point, my opponent played knight c3, I played dxc e4, knight x4, knight f6, and queen e2. I took. Here it is very important not to play this move because you blunder mate in 1. Which, imagine this happens in like a classical game. would have been pretty awful, but obviously I'm not gonna blunder that, so I can just take here. I go knight d7. He goes bishop c4, knight f6, knight e5. Notice I can't take this because of checkmate. There's nowhere to go and it's protected. So once again, don't do that because it is a pretty sad way to lose the game. And this game, or this exact position, has occurred 2 times in the in my chess club's internal competition, and both of those games I've lost, which is a bit of a shame. Exactly this position occurred 2 times. In both of those games I played b5, and none of my opponents have taken the pawn on c6 yet. Why are they not taking the pawn? Come on, guys, you need to take the pawn. They are too smart. They don't do it. They don't do it. Because there's a funny line here. If you take here, I can go here. If you take, I go here, here, here. And if you try to defend, there's rook c8. And there's simply no way to prevent yourself from losing any piece. If you go here, I take this. If you do anything else, I can just take, and take. So, yeah, I mean, a very nice line where it looks like you can take 2 pawns, but you can't because you lose. So, yeah, my opponents, however, are too strong. They don't fall for this anymore. So they play bishop b3. There's also bishop d3. I mean, it's a little bit the same. I think it's not the same, but it is very similar. Now I play queen c7, d4, and this exact position has occurred in both of those games as well. And in both of those earlier games, I went for a5. And those games kind of went something like this. In one of the games, I think I pushed here, which is not really good. Or maybe I played something like this first and then pushed or something, I don't know. Or my opponent could have also been that my opponent played something like this here, which is also very strong. I'm not exactly sure how it went, but so one of the things in these openings is that you have to be very careful about sacrifices on f7. If I play this, for example, there's knight f7, and apparently now there's not. I don't know. Apparently, now there's not because there's a bishop still here. So now you can't do this because This is losing everything, so you know. But so not right now, but in a lot of these lines, there's knight f7, and in the earlier games, the mistake that I made, I think in some of the games I went here, 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 and then no, not like this. Yeah, so in one of the games, I think I went like this, and the reason I did it like this is because I think something like this happened, because I wanted to play bishop a6, which is kind of sort of trappy, like not really, but sort of, because if he's castled, for example, there's a rook here, you pin, and you know. But there's always a move like this, so it doesn't really do anything. So something like that happened before. But the mistake that I made in the earlier two games in this position is that in both of those positions I played either bishop b7 or bishop a6, I think. And I removed my bishop from defending the e6 square. And more importantly, I think that was the mistake. So if you go here, for example, maybe now there's already this again. I think there is. It is possible, I think, but maybe it's not the best thing. Yeah, now it's very strong. Oh, okay, now he can't because I take with the queen. So if you, for example, if this and this, now there's this, which is very deadly. I think in one of these games something like this happened, but okay. So yeah, going into this game, going into this line, I realized that I should be very careful about this f7 pawn, because I remember the first game in this season, I allowed it like fully. Like I just showed you, he could sack, I couldn't take back with the queen, I had to take, he come in with his queen. It became very messy and very defensive for me because I had my king in the center. The second game in which I allowed this, I allowed knight f7 again, but in the line in which I thought it wouldn't be possible, but my opponent still played it and I still lost that game. So two losses in this line, and I was like, okay, this time I'm not even gonna play a5. I'm not gonna play my bishop out. I'm gonna play bishop d6. I'm gonna castle. I'm gonna have a good time. So that's exactly what I did. I played bishop d6. He castled. I castled. Okay, well that is a lot better than what I did earlier. Now there's no tricks. My bishop always covers e6. This knight is just doesn't really do a whole lot. So I still have to be careful, and sometimes you can still sacrifice and then pin and stuff. So if you play this, I guess maybe now not, because I'm still covering with the queen, but in some lines you can still sacrifice, and you know. So having and noticing all that, I decided not to get into any of those trappy things, and I was like, okay, should be good here. So so he played c3, I played a6. And here, so still I was feeling kind of confident about my position. a6 is a move. The reason why I played a6 is because I want to play c5. However, oops, let's not spoil the ending there. The reason why I played a6 is because I want to go c5. If I go c5 right now, you can take. Apparently this is okay. Yeah, not taking is not the best, but this is apparently the best. And then you want to go bishop a6. So now you really try to go bishop a6. Okay, well, I mean, apparently it's okay. I didn't really want to go into that because I didn't really want to lose a pawn for no reason. So he played f4, I played c5. And now he played bishop c2, I played cxd4, and bishop b7. And yeah, in this position I was like, doing pretty well. I mean, I'm doing pretty well. I got everything I wanted. I got two very strong bishops facing towards him. I can bring my rook. I can maybe reroute my knight somehow. I don't know. I'm doing pretty well. I'm not unhappy. So, and it was completely justified because I'm minus 0.6 here. However, in this position, I was very scared of one move and one move only, which is f5. And my opponent being a 1900 plus rated player, my opponent immediately played f5. And yeah, here I was like, yep, this is tricky. This is tricky. I have to be very careful here because now if he takes here, he opens up his bishop, he opens up this bishop, he opens up the rook, he opens up the queen, he has a knight. I mean, the attack is coming, and how do you prevent it? I didn't really see an immediate way to prevent it. But yeah, very, very difficult position to completely find out. However, I found some nice moves. So I played rook c8, which is fine. It attacks the bishop. He moves the bishop to d3. Now I played queen b6, and I thought queen b6 is a nice move because it attacks this pawn, of course, and of course if he doesn't do anything about it, there's this and you know. So and what I saw in my head is that he has to play bishop e3. That's the only move, and then I could go knight d5, And what I thought is if he goes bishop f2, I can go knight f4. And the reason I can go knight f4 right now is because there's no longer a rook covering f4. And if he moves, I can take and take. And now I can probably just take, and maybe I can, I don't know. At least I was happy with this position, this exact position, because the reason I'm happy with this position is because now he has almost no attack anymore. There's no more h7 threat with the bishop, and the knight is not as powerful here. This bishop is a little bit misplaced. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that is exactly why I thought, okay, this must be good for me, and yeah. However, my opponent after knight d5 played fx e6, and this is a very difficult move to find out how strong it really is. I mean, it's very difficult to see how strong this move really is, because there's a lot of things going on. And here I thought, okay, I must be better because I can take the knight and he can't take back, because then I trade queens, and yeah, you know, this is completely winning for black. So I thought, okay, I can take the knight, and then I thought, okay, I saw a few things. I saw this, and then I saw, okay, I can go king h8, and then I saw, okay, he has queen h5, and then I thought I could play knight f6. But I missed one very crucial move. Let me get back to that later. But so in this position, oops, let's not spoil again. So obviously knight d5. Knight d5 is a very difficult move. The reason why is because you move your knight from a square where it covers h7, which is very, very tricky. I mean, you need to be very sure that this move works. And the reason I thought it works is because I can take here and he can't take back. And I thought I would win a piece. And there are multiple things you can do here. I also saw queen h5 immediately. And then I thought, okay, maybe I have some sort of block sort of stuff. I don't know, maybe something like this. Apparently the best move here is f5. Okay, that's also an opportunity. Yeah, f5. And yeah, I mean, yeah, so a lot of different stuff going on, but yeah, I completely underestimated the move fx e6, and I thought I could just take here and I would be fine. However, my opponent finds bishop x h7, of course, a very nice tactical sequence. Here, if I take, he can go here. If I go back, he can push. He can take. If I go here, he can take, and then I mean I'm losing this. And if I go here, for example, he can maybe take here, although I get this back, but you know. But yeah, this is completely winning for white, of course. If, maybe something like this should be very good. I mean, you know, maybe, I don't know. Apparently this is not a move, but okay. So what did I do? I didn't take. I played king h8, which is apparently a worse move because of queen h5. And now, just like I mentioned, I was going to show, okay, I thought I could play knight f6 here. And I miscalculated one single thing, which is very important. Rook x f6. And yeah, this is mate. I mean, this is mate. Yeah, folks, hold on to your heads. They sacrificed the rook. They'll snag a bishop. Nice. Yeah, okay, so Levy, the coach Levy, is my coach on chess.com. I configured it like that. Says that he sacrificed rook. Of course, this is a brilliant move. I mean, if I take here, there's just this, which is just a simple checkmate. I probably have to play something like this here, which is terrible. So, you know, maybe even this. I mean, there's so many things that win here. Just this wins as well, of course. So, you know. So yeah, I mean, in this position, I immediately realized that, oh, I cannot even play knight f6, so I'm completely losing, because I mean, if I can't play knight f6, I'm in big trouble, because this bishop is just very, very difficult to get out. And then I thought, okay, I need to find some way to keep this game going, and that's why I played knight f4. And knight f4 is a nice tricky move. It's not a very good move, but it is a nice and tricky move. If you take it with the bishop, it's good. Then I'm doing quite well, because then I can take here, and now if you sidestep, I can take here, and then if you do this, I can block. So very important nuance. So there were some very tricky lines still. There were some tricky things still. However, my opponent, being a very strong player, of course, immediately took with the rook, or immediately he took with the rook after a few minutes of thought. And obviously, this is the best move. The reason why this is the best move is because now, if I take and he takes back, of course, now he doesn't take back. Now he instead of taking back, now he moves the bishop, which is what he does. He plays bishop f5. which is nice. There's also probably bishop g6. I think it works. No, it doesn't even work. This doesn't work. Nice. Yeah. So bishop f5. There's also, this doesn't work either, I think, because now if I go here, this bishop is hanging at the end of the line. So something like this is probably bad. Yep. So he found the right bishop move, bishop f5, and now bishop h6, and now he just takes. And then once again, I missed a very crucial thing here. I thought, okay, after all this, I at least can take here, and I at least can get something like this, and then maybe I can sacrifice here or something, and then if he takes, I might have something like, I don't know, some check here. No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, I thought maybe I had something here still, maybe a little bit of hope. However, this doesn't make any sense because he can just go here, and now this is checkmate. So you know, besides from losing my rook, I also get checkmated. So losing my queen, of course, not my rook. So yeah, I mean, I kind of in this position I didn't realize knight f6 is not a move, and in a few moves later I didn't realize that I can take here. So I missed two very crucial things, very crucial, because if you don't play those two moves or aren't able to play those two moves, you're just completely losing. So I played g6, he played queen h4, and I played f6. He played bishop x f8, and now king g8 and queen x f6. And in this position, I of course resigned because there's not a single thing I can do here to prolong the game. This is not even hanging anymore. He's threatening mate. If I go here, for example, there's like a million different things for him still to win. He can take this pawn. He can do whatever. I mean, you know, but probably best is to just do something like this, maybe even. No, that's not good. Okay, well, I mean, yeah. So a bit of a sad loss because yeah, my opponent played a very nice sequence of moves. I completely underestimated how strong fx e6 is. I just completely underestimated it. What I should have done here is just take. I should have just taken, and after taking back with the bishop, for example, now I can maybe look at how I can proceed this game. Maybe now I can play this, probably still I can't, because maybe now it's not as strong actually. Yeah, this is not as strong. So yeah, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah. The opening went well. I got out of the opening very quickly, or very good. I didn't really have any problems in this exact position. I was just doing fine, and yeah. Unfortunately, a tactical sequence didn't resolve in my favor. So you know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode anyways, and yeah, I mean, next time hopefully we can win, because I think now if I get an official FIDE rating, it will be a little bit lower, because I lost against this guy, of course, and he was rated like 1920 or something, so he was quite high, so I don't think it costs me a lot of points, but still I would probably go to 1840, 1850 or something instead of 1860, so yeah, definitely a little bit lower. And yeah, if I want to get to 2000, I need to play better, because this is you can't blunder like this. You can't allow all of this, because you know, I thought maybe I had some tricky way out of it, but I didn't, unfortunately. So you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed anyways, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.